Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively we are the Office Blokes.
Yes, we are indeed.
We're watching some fun things about Americans.
Yeah.
We have, yeah.
I cannot believe that they have that big a choice of cereal and we don't.
I know, yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Breakfast cereal.
We only have cornflakes, don't we?
Yeah, you've got cornflakes and oats.
And you've got the cornflakes with the sprinkle on. Frosties.
Frosties, yeah, so that's 3. Yeah, we are the Office Blokes and we have a
Patreon channel. Go and have a look at patreon.com, put in Office Blokes Reacts and see what you think.
It's true. And we've also got another couple of channels, haven't we?
Office Blokes Try. Give that a like and a subscribe. And we'll have content coming on there very, very soon. We're just waiting for deliveries.
We are.
Yep. So 10 most dangerous animals in the US. I wonder if Karens are on the list.
Do you know when they say dangerous animals? When they say dangerous animals, it depends on how you...
I quantify it.
Yeah, because when we lived there, Gaynor bought a brand new car and she wouldn't let me drive it. I was mad. Come on, let me have a go. And she was like, no, it's mine. So anyway, eventually she said, go on then, first day. She went, go on then, you can drive it. So we were out somewhere and I drove it home and I hit a deer. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm not sure deer are going to be on the list.
They're dangerous to the driver.
I wonder if it's based off how many injuries to humans there are.
Could be, that's what I'm saying.
Do people get killed hitting deer?
Well, it makes a mess of your car. Lucky for me, I glanced it. I saw it and I kind of glanced it and it went off the side of the car.
That's what happens when you swerve towards it. You usually don't hit it dead on.
There's no damage.
Yeah, I suppose you can have dangerous animals, but if they're not interacting with humans, and it deems them not so dangerous, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose. Is that what you mean?
It depends how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
They've got poisonous stuff as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Poisonous snakes. Have they got poisonous spiders over there?
They will have, yeah. The brown recluse messes you up a little bit, doesn't it?
I don't know.
The black widow.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know where you get things like that. We're quite lucky in this country. We might have crap weather most of the year, but we don't have that many things trying to kill you either.
No, which is good.
Don't know, some psychos out there.
Oh yeah, not animals anyway. But
yeah. Anyway, we'll get into it. The 10 most dangerous animals in the US.
Number 10. Grizzly Bear. North American brown...
That introduction scared me a little bit. 10. Grizzly Bear.
Grizzly Bear.
Straight in there.
Bears have a fearsome reputation to go with their physical prowess and outstanding natural weaponry. The common name, grizzly, is often used in reference to brown bear species found in the US. These include the Ursus arctos horribilis, or the mainland grizzly, the peninsula grizzly, and Kodiak bears, only found in Alaska's eponymous archipelago. The latter rivals the polar bear as the largest land carnivore on Earth. Kodiak bears have been known to weigh over 1,500 pounds, which is almost as heavy as the average bull. As evident from the prominent muscular hump on their shoulders, grizzlies are built for power.
Did you ever watch the documentary Grizzly Man?
No.
About the guy, he was just done with humans and he just went out and lived with grizzlies and stuff, and it ended exactly how you think it'd end. Yeah. Throughout the summer, he was all right because they had plenty of food, but he decided to stay on and not go back home towards they were getting ready to hibernate. And when they're getting ready to hibernate, they'll just eat anything because they're going to sleep for a few months. And straight in his tent, munched him, his girlfriend.
Wow.
There's audio of it. It's horrendous.
I always thought polar bear was the biggest bear.
Yeah, so did I actually. But I mean, these are big though, aren't they? So powerful, aren't they? These.
Well, you got no chance.
No.
You see a grizzly, have you?
No, that's what I was going to say. Would you rather fight a bear or a bull? I think
a bull. I think.
Yeah, I think you'd have more chance with a bull, wouldn't you?
Yeah, a grizzly can run faster than you. It's bigger, stronger, bigger claws. I'll go for the bull.
Take my chances with the bull, definitely.
Rover, they have massive canines, claws that grow up to 6 inches, and jaws strong enough to crush bowling balls. As a grizzly stands up on its hind legs, it will often use its superior strength to take down a victim. It will bite at the victim's lower jaw, which is most likely a disarming technique. Confrontations between humans and grizzly bears can occur as a result of hunting as well as camping. They have a phenomenal sense of smell and are often attracted to food that hasn't been stored properly. There have been several reports of campers being dragged out of their tents by attacking grizzlies. Conditioning the bears to campsite food can accustom them to human presence, thus increasing the likelihood of...
There's been loads of cases of people's wives getting dragged out of the tents by a grizzly bear.
You go, see who's outside.
can accustom them to human presence, thus increasing the likelihood of future attacks. Number 9. Spiders. Black widows and brown recluse spiders
there you go.
share an entry on our list as the most dangerous spiders in the US. Female black widows, distinguishable by the red hourglass mark on their abdomens, are the most fearsome by reputation. They'll sometimes...
When we lived in Houston, we had a fucking massive spider in the back garden, with like a big yellow mark on it. And I thought, I don't know what that is, but I sprayed it with a hose pipe. It didn't even move. And I was like, shit. So I had to phone the like pest control guy. And he came out and he sort of like just walked out. He sort of like grabbed it.
Yeah.
So I dealt with it, whatever he did. I'm not sure if he put it in a box or whatever and took it away. And he said to me, you can't go out in the back garden, you or the kids, for like the next few days. So I said, oh, because that spiders it do. But no, he said, you've got a nest of black widows inside. But it was between the siding of the house and the inside of the house.
Yeah.
They were in there. And he said, I've sprayed it all. He said, they'll all die.
Yeah.
He said, but just stay out of the garden for a few days.
Right. Yeah.
Jesus.
Gee. A nest of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was fucking shitting it then for about 2 weeks.
Surprised.
I'm like, can you come back? Can you come back tomorrow?
Looking up all the doorways.
Yeah, that's what I was. I was proper like paranoid. I wasn't sleeping or anything. Yeah.
Gee, not
Oh,
surprised.
God.
devour their partners after mating and own highly toxic venom. The illness associated with black widow envenomation is called latrodectism. It's described by pain, vomiting, and muscle rigidity. Contrary to popular belief, the condition is rarely fatal for humans. The brown recluse spider, although only slightly larger than a US penny, is quite dangerous in its own right. The hemotoxic properties of its venom can cause tissue necrosis. Severe lesions can become infected and may even lead to amputation. Yet, like the black widows, the bite of a brown recluse spider is seldom fatal. Number 8. Cougar. Cougars, also known as pumas or mountain lions, have the widest distribution of any wild animal in the Americas. In the US,
I didn't know that they were mountain lions. I didn't know it's the same thing, or pumas.
Yeah.
Because I've heard like people like
I
Joe
never thought
Rogan
about
talk about mountain lions all the time.
Yeah.
Because he said that where he used to live, they were really prevalent. People would be out running and they'd get attacked by them.
Really? Ooh.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you go to a nightclub over here. All the cougars.
I think you might have the wrong end of the stick there.
That's why I'm hoping for the roaring 20s when we come out of all this. Some cougars in some nightclubs.
populations are found across 16 states, mostly on the West Coast. Male cougars average about 150 pounds, but in rare cases may surpass 200 pounds. Even though that's about the weight of the average American male, the difference in power is considerable. Relative to its size, the cougar has the largest paws and hind legs found within the feline family. This enables it to perform outstanding leaps and reach sprinting speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, which is actually faster than a greyhound. It can also swim and is an apt climber. A cougar's muscular body
Definitely going to do the triathlon, innit?
Teach it to ride a bike.
All
and
right,
smash it.
winner. That's probably where I'd beat it then, you see. I'd probably better catch it up when the bike riding bit comes.
Imagine that, 200 pounds running at you 50 miles an hour and just jumping on you.
You'd absolutely brick it, wouldn't you?
You'd shit it if you just see one.
Yeah.
It's not behind a cage or anything.
perfectly designed for grasping and holding large prey, an ability enhanced by the retractable claws on its paws. Attacks on humans are rare, but have seen an increase in recent years, mainly due to expansion into the cougar's natural range. The feline will attack if cornered or if a human triggers its chase instinct, typically by turning their back and running away. An attack usually involves a bite to the neck, in which the animal tries to sink its teeth between the vertebrae and into the spinal cord. Children are at greatest risk of getting ambushed by a cougar and the least likely to survive an attack. Number 7. Grey wolf. As the largest and strongest member of the Canidae family, the grey wolf was a mandatory introduction to our list. Its teeth are specialized for crushing bone, and its slender, powerfully built body favors relentless attacks.
I didn't think they attacked humans.
Although dangerous enough on its own,
Not sure.
the wolf is notable for its pack behavior and cooperative hunting. A pack of 15 wolves, for example, is capable of taking down an adult moose.
There's a movie that's got Liam Neeson in it where he's in a plane crash and they get stalked by wolves. I think that's the premise of it. It is probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
What was it?
It's just him getting chased by wolves and then fighting them, and it's dreadful.
For the whole movie.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Interestingly enough, the deer species can easily grow to be 15 times heavier than an individual wolf. While not as numerous as in Eurasia, North America has also seen a number of wolf attacks. The most recent fatality occurred in 2010 in Alaska, when a young woman was killed while jogging. There's an argument that most wolf attacks are the result of an individual animal suffering from rabies. Nevertheless, wolf management programs from the United States Wildlife Service describe them as opportunistic hunters that will attack humans if given the chance. Throughout the years, encounters with hunters, shepherds, and ranchers have caused wolves to develop a fear of approaching humans. Yet wildlife experts warn against actions that may encourage wolves to be in the proximity of people, as it may lead to an increase in violent encounters. Number 6. Arizona bark scorpion. The Arizona bark scorpion, also known as Centauroides sculpturatus, is North America's most venomous scorpion. These creatures prefer riparian areas, meaning that they're found on land adjacent to rivers or streams. The popularity of irrigated lawns and other man-made water systems have led to an increase of scorpion populations in residential areas.
Horrible then, aren't they?
Yeah.
Was that like baby scorpions all over
Looked
it?
like it, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Could
Looked
do
like
without
scorpions.
Symptoms associated with the Arizona bark scorpion sting can last from 24 to 72 hours. They include intense pain, numbness, and convulsions, or temporary dysfunction of the affected area. The pain is so intense that victims reported experiencing sensations similar to electric shocks. While fatalities are rare, there are certain groups that are more at risk than others, such as children, the elderly, or people with compromised immune systems.
Just like COVID, isn't it?
Pretty
You
much.
should have called it scorpion. People would have got it.
I remember they just did the wind of change and that was it.
This is creeping me out though. I'm quite
So, yeah,
happy not to have to
making me
deal
itch.
with this.
I know, what have we got over here? Sheep. Dangerous animals. Not
Again,
many,
there's
is
a,
there?
there's a movie called Black Sheep that's about killer sheep. It's terrible. Another
What
terrible movie.
stuff do you watch?
Bad movies.
You're going to have snakes as well and everything in this about now.
Yeah.
Well, we've got brown adders, but there's just not many of them in this country.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it, I think?
I can't think what else.
We've got scorpions.
We've not got scorpions.
Maybe scorpions over here.
You think so?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not having that.
In Arizona, thousands of people are reportedly stung by the scorpion each year. Number 5. Bull shark. With the Atlantic Ocean on its east coast and the Pacific Ocean in the west, the US faces more than a dozen shark attacks every year. While the great white receives the brunt of the notoriety, there's an equally, if not more, dangerous shark. Unlike their mainly oceanic relatives, bull sharks are able to thrive in freshwater systems as well. This makes them particularly dangerous when considering the US's sprawling riverways. Bull sharks have been found up the Mississippi River, hundreds of miles from the ocean. They were also spotted in the Ohio River and in Maryland's Potomac River. These creatures have pound per pound the most powerful bite of all the shark species. There's a combination of factors that make them particularly dangerous towards humans. It's not only about bite force and size. Even though females average roughly 300 pounds or about as much as the typical sumo wrestler, bull sharks are territorial, temperamental, and have no tolerance for provocation. These creatures might have even been responsible for the infamous Jersey Shore shark attacks of 1916, which served as an inspiration for the novel Jaws. Number 4. Rattlesnake. By recent estimates, there are roughly 7,000 to 8,000 snake bites that occur in the United States every year. Fortunately, the development of antivenom has led to significantly less fatalities than in the past. Snake attacks are disproportionate in the country, with the majority of them occurring in warm weather states such as Texas and Florida. Among the various venomous serpents found across the land, there are about 16 rattlesnake species. These creatures are so dreaded that a timber rattlesnake was once put on a flag to motivate infantry forces. During the American Revolution, the Continental Marines had a motto flag of a timber rattlesnake that was coiled and ready to strike. Beneath it were the words, "Don't tread on me." These
Always wondered where that came from. That's a Metallica song as well, "Don't Tread on Me."
Oh, is it?
And they used the snake in the sort of imagery at one
This is
point.
where it's from, isn't it?
Horrible snakes, aren't they?
Oh, I hate them. They're just unpredictable, horrible.
I've got no problem with them. Like if someone handed me a snake, I wouldn't really care because it's not going to do anything to you. But in that
But
context,
you're the snake
those
stomper.
snake stomper precisely. But yeah, in that context, it well creeped me out. If I
Yeah,
didn't know what it
definitely,
was
yeah.
and I didn't know it was safe, then no, leg it.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Been playing golf once and a snake come in between me. I got my golf club and just fucking launched it into the woods.
Launched it at someone else.
Where was that in the US?
Threw it onto the next fairway. One we just played.
I was going to say one that you end up coming up the other way. Oh.
snakes are distinguishable by the rattle at the end of their tail. It's made of interlocked keratinous segments which vibrate against one another when the snake contracts certain tail muscles. This produces a distinctive rattling sound that acts as a deterrent to predators and as a warning to humans. The western diamondback and the eastern diamondback are the species responsible for most snakebite fatalities. The latter is known as the most venomous snake in North America and owns the longest fangs of any rattlesnake species.
Wow.
Number 3. Deer.
Deer.
Deer may sound less
There you
terrifying
go.
than other animals on our list, but statistically speaking, they're the deadliest. A number of species weigh several hundred pounds and certainly possess the mass to trample people to death. Males own majestic antlers, some of which are several feet across and definitely capable of inflicting severe injuries. However, fatal antler stabbings or brutal trampling isn't what makes the deer the deadliest creatures in the country. Most will simply choose to run away from humans rather than engage them. That's actually the crux of the matter. As deer move across their range, they end up on roadways or highways and collide with vehicles. In the US, this type of collision causes about 200 human deaths and roughly $1 billion in property damage every year. It's so widespread that the idea of being surprised and caught like a deer in the headlights has become a saying. While easier to avoid during the day, deer are particularly difficult to spot at dusk or dawn. Habitat fragmentation is a considerable factor in the rise of deer vehicle collisions. Today's topic was requested by Instagram follower
Told you.
Ryan Thompson 5499.
You-
If you have any other topics you'd
Was
like to
that
learn
number
about,
one?
subscribe and
No,
let us know in
that
the
was number
comments
3.
section below, or follow us on Instagram and reach out to us there.
I can't believe deer was on there.
Number 2. American bison. The American bison is North America's largest land animal and nature's equivalent of a gigantic battering ram. Its charge, a devastating combination of mass and speed, is powerful enough to derail a train. Also known as the buffalo, the species' bulls can weigh up to 2,800 pounds in the wild and a staggering 3,800 pounds in captivity. That's about as heavy as the average car. They own massive heads,
Because that's the average
pronounced
car.
I know, yeah.
giant forequarters. Their short, curved horns are used as defensive weapons and to fight for status within the herd. Despite its mass and
It's not
Wow,
about
they're
the
big.
The bison. It just doesn't look right, does it?
Yeah,
It's-
it's the shape of its head, I think.
Looks like it's been put together using other animal parts.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
that big at the
what's been
front,
left
isn't it?
over.
And- yeah.
Just never looks right.
No.
seemingly lethargic movements, a charging bison can get up to 40 miles per hour. To put that into perspective, Usain Bolt's speed record topped out at 27.8 miles per hour. Historically, these creatures used to roam the continent in vast herds. The spread of bovine diseases from domestic cattle and commercial hunting brought the creatures to the brink of extinction. They went from over 60 million in the late 18th century to only a few 100,000 towards the end of the 19th century. Recovery efforts spared its extinction, and the American bison is now mainly restricted to reserves and national parks. That's where a number of violent human encounters have occurred in the past decades. From 1980 to 1999, at Yellowstone National Park alone, bison attacked 3 times more people than bears. During this period, there were 3 reported fatalities, in addition to numerous reports of puncture wounds and broken bones.
Official They Will Kill You merchandise is now available at theywillkillyou.com. Some of it is to die for.
That's some good merch. I like that.
Number 1. Moose.
Wow.
Even though they're part of the deer family, and even though they get in a fair share of vehicle collisions, moose most definitely deserve their own entry on our list. They're creatures of many extremes, as the largest and heaviest of all deer species. Exceptional bulls stand more than 6 foot 9 inches at the shoulder, meaning they're taller than NBA superstar LeBron James. Their massive antlers can span close to 6 feet from tip to tip, so you could horizontally fit the average American male between them. The largest bulls weigh close to 2,000 pounds, almost twice as much as a grand piano. Moose are not only monsters in terms of proportion, but also temperament. When it comes to raw data, they attack more people than wolves and bears combined. They're also perfectly capable of killing both predatory species. They injure more humans than any other animal in the Americas, and are second only to hippos in worldwide attacks. They can charge people and inflict devastating injuries with their antlers. One common sign of an imminent charge is that the hairs on its neck and shoulders will stand up. Moose are surprisingly limber, and unlike other large-hooved animals, they can kick in all directions. Not that you should ever do it, but this means there's no safe way to approach them. Thanks for watching.
I'm surprised at that.
I'm creeped out.
I was sort of like nice creatures, moose.
Well, I said in one of the previous videos that my dad, when we were in Canada, just turned the corner and there was a massive caribou stood there looking at him. And in a lot of the comments, people were saying, that's not a caribou, that's a moose. You know, from the way I described it. And the way my dad described it was like he just described that moose. But he was face to face with it. Just turned around and it just stood there looking at him. It's like, said it was like a horse with big antlers, basically.
Was it loose?
It was loose about this hoose. That's crazy.
Where's alligators in all this? I thought they'd be on the list.
They probably don't kill that many people.
I was a bit baffled there by hippos is the number 1
in the world.
In the world, yeah.
Oh, I knew that.
How?
They just drag people into the water. They're vicious.
Never even seen one.
Not,
I don't think.
You never met one? Met a couple.
I dated a few.
Not me, right? I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, hope you guys like that too. Don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the bell. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.